What's up, 2K fans? It's your boy JuKIng the Boss, and we're gonna go over everybody complaining about the shooting percentage. Now, 9 out of 10, y'all gonna dislike this video, and that's all well and cool with me, because the simple fact is it's something that needs to be shared. At the end of the day, I don't want to see them touch shooting in the way that that it seems like most people complaining about. Now, if you're talking about the shooting in my career, that's one thing. I believe that the Pro to Hall of Fame difficulty need to be reevaluated and assessed properly, so that way those adjustments are made to make shooting better or reflect the difficulty that you're playing on a lot better. But when it comes down to shooting in general, I don't want to see that touch, because if you're a pure sharpshooter, you should be able to knock down a 3 better than everybody on the court. Okay, especially if you know your shot, you know your rhythm, you know your consistency. You should be able to knock down that 3 better than everybody. If I'm a playmaking sharpshooter, I should be able to knock down a 3, but I shouldn't be able to be like shooting. I shouldn't be able to be shooting like 60%. 70%, unless all of my shots are wide open and my shot is just money. Like I'm releasing almost excellent releases every single time. But when it comes down to it, the way it sounds like is that people want to see the shooting get tweaked because they're finding it hard to make shots. If you're a playmaking slasher and everything like that, you shouldn't be able to just score from anywhere on the court. You should be able to create space and separation to be able to get you a nice mid-range shot going, but at the same time, you should be able to hit that step back and then blast to the rim and get you a nice finish. But at the same, like when it boils down to it, you know, I want you to look at yourself and ask yourself, if I had a pure build, would I want any other build, combo build, to be able to do the same things, even if they included my build? And some of you might say, yeah, because the simple fact is I want to be able to do all of this. But in reality, no. You know, if you are just like, at the end of the day, if you do that, then you might as well just go back to playing 2K17, because the one thing everybody complained about was that everybody was the same build over and over and over again. So if you're all the same build, what makes any of you all unique? What makes any of your players different from the others? Now, there are quite a few builds that I like to see play, but you're seeing too many of the same builds, and a lot of these builds are the ones complaining about not being able to shoot the 3, or that their shooting is poor. And I'm out the joint looking like, well, you don't have a shooting build. Now, if you have a pure shooting build, then you probably need to just tweak around with your shot, because I have a 2-way shot creator, which means he has a great mid-range. But you know, my shot be off sometimes and it's on sometimes. Some days I go to the park and it look like I can't miss. Some days I go to the pro-am and it look like I can't miss. Other days I go and can't make a bucket to save my life. So when it come down to it, it's more along the lines of, you can't ask them to tweak a setting that would woefully change the product itself and make it easier for everybody to shoot. If it was easy for everybody to shoot, everybody would be playing. And here's the problem with that. You don't want everybody playing who they aren't really good. They just are, the game made it easy for them to shoot. You don't want to play against nobody like that, because you got your pure sharpshooter or pure build that you grinded hard to get all your badges for and things like that. And now you see this guy who's a playmaking sharpshooter, which means that he can knock down a 3 as well as you. You know, that's woefully unbalanced. It makes you feel like, well, I worked on a sharpshooter for nothing. And that's the same thing with pure slashers. Do you want to see any combo slashing build dunk as well as you, or be able to finish as often as you at the rim? No, you don't. You know, like, you want to be the guy who got 99 dunk, contact dunk, and standing and driving dunk. That's the guy you want to be. You don't want the shot creator, driving finisher to have 99 driving dunk, 99 contact dunk, 99 standing dunk, and be able to create their own shot. How is that, you know, how is that fair for you? Or they get a little bit of nerf and speed. That doesn't mean anything, because they can still finish at the rim. They're nerfing speed, unless their nerfing speed is, you know, their speed goes from 90 or 89 to 60. That doesn't mean it. If their nerfing speed only goes down to 4 or 5 points, it still don't stop them from banging on anybody in the paint. And so when it comes down to it, you know, if you got a pure build, would you like to see some other build being able to do that? Being able to do what you can do at the level that you can do it at, and as consistent as you can do it at. You know, would you like to, and how would you feel about that? You're not going to feel good about that, because now you got this build that got fewer badges. You got a couple of Hall of Fame badges, but the guy over there, you know, he got gold posterizer. You got Hall of Fame posterizer, and yet he's dunking on people at the same elite level that you're dunking on people. You feel like you just worked hard for nothing shooting for that Hall of Fame posterizer badge. And the same thing with that limitless range and difficult shots badge. You worked hard to get those badges all the way to Hall of Fame, and now there's somebody who got that badge, who got that badge at a lower level and can play at the same elite level as you. Now, granted, like I said, if he's knocking down open shots, or he's driving to the lane and it's open, you know what I'm saying, being able to finish those dunks, almost anybody should be able to finish those dunks. But speaking of that, let's touch up on the layups. Now, people are complaining about the layups and how the layups people are woefully missing. Now, a contested layup, I don't see there needs to be any tweaking and missing or making contested layups, because it's really about learning how to adjust your shot and re-release that shot at the right time. Now, so that's what I do. I find myself being more successful with my adjusted contested layups. When I'm with the open layups, like if I'm driving to the basket on a fast break, I shouldn't be jacking one out of every 4 open layups. Maybe 1 out of 10 or 1 out of 12, something like that, because that's more realistic in the simulation aspect. It's not that it doesn't happen. We see it happen all the time, but it's still not something that we see happen every single game on TV that night, every single game on TV that week. It'll happen once every, you know what I'm saying, once every 30, 40 possessions, for real. But, you know, it does happen. Like, you might see it twice in a week. You might see it 3 or 4 times in a week, but you're not going to see it once every game in a week, you know, and that's a problem that needs to be tweaked. But, you know, that's just my opinion on the mechanics that need to be adjusted, and my thoughts on how I feel they shouldn't be touching shooting. I know some of you won't agree with the thoughts, some of you will. Let me know what you feel about the shooting mechanics, man. Let me know down in the comments below. Is there anything else that people aren't talking about that needs to be tweaked outside of fouls? And yeah, I said fouls. Is there anything else anybody else feels that needs to be tweaked that hasn't been talked about, that hasn't been mentioned? You know, let me know down in the comments below. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you disliked it, hit the dislike button. Either which way, let me know what your thoughts are on the situation. I'll catch you guys on the next video. I'm out. Peace.